Ladies and gentlemen, two things. First of all, yes, I have imaginary friends that sit here, and the second thing, I have to let that thing run because it is hot and my brain is melting. Anyways, I hope you guys are feeling wonderful. For the people that know me, well, great. You know that I specialize in dungeon content on Roblox. I have been playing Roblox since the birth of Roblox, almost. So, yeah, I've been on here for a long time. Probably way too long, but, yeah, anyways, I like to do tier lists once a month or so. And this is another one. So, these are my favorite dungeon games that I have picked out. It's about 3, 6, 9, about 10 games that I have here. There's a ton more. Probably you're gonna be like, hey, what happened to this game? What about this game? And stuff like that. I get it, but we're gonna go. This is all freestyle. I'm gonna go on the fly, just what I think about the games. And we're gonna start off directly with one of the bigger hits on my channel back in the day, which was Anime Dungeon Fighters. Now, that game has sadly dropped very low on the list, and that is because it is, the developers are focusing on other games right now. They have more successful games. They dropped from a few thousand players down to 100, so you can probably expect that you're not gonna get much more content to Anime Dungeon Fighters. Now, that might be able to change in the future. I do have a collaboration with those guys. We work together. I talk to the devs and stuff like that, and they provide me with items that I can showcase and stuff like that. So it really hurts my heart to have to place this on a lower tier. I'm gonna put this into the C tier just because it is not being worked on anymore. They work on different projects now. It is pretty much a full-fledged game. If you go in it, you have a ton of content that you can play. There's a lot of stuff. I haven't even reached the max, you know, the pinnacle of Anime Dungeon Fighter-roonies. But again, still, if you're a new player, you kind of want to play a game that is also being kind of worked on, and that is getting frequent updates. Now, the next game is Anime Saga. And Anime Saga is sort of a dungeon game, right? You do dungeons, and you have different characters that you can draw, and you do dungeons with them, right? You do anime characters, dungeon-like simulation thingies. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, now, this is a sad one. So when it released, it had about 40,000 or 50,000 players, and it dropped within 2 weeks down to 5,000 players. And they pushed the update twice, as far as I believe, and it was supposed to come out yesterday, and they had to push it for another week, which means they're gonna lose even more people. They have like 4,000, 3,000 players now. It's a horrible downfall of a game where I actually thought that this was the first time where I was actually wrong. I actually thought that this game might be an evergreen game that is gonna get constant updates, that is gonna have a ton of player base, and yeah, therefore I'm gonna put it into the B tier just because I had fun playing it, but the constant, you know, delays when it comes to updates is a problem. It has been the #1 game killer on Roblox is content, and we're gonna go instantly to the next game, and that is Arcane Conquest. And I have to put it actually down into the D tier for now. No, actually it's not a D tier, it's a C tier. I actually enjoyed playing it, although I think the owner is absolutely nuts. She's crazy. She really is. I mean, there's no doubt about it, and everybody seems to be agreeing now with me. Back in the day, they didn't. But yeah, the game has really, I would say it's a management issue when it comes to, and also, of course, update roadmap is crazy broken. They've recently dropped an update which was pretty nice. The maps looked fantastic, and it played very well, but you know, every time a game gets kind of like touched by these by the no update policies, you know, by the problematic update situations, every time a game has this, the game gets tainted with some sort of a shadow that is always behind that, and Arcane Conquest now is part of that. It actually simply was from the get-go, it was part of that, and it just had a really bad run when it comes with update misses, delays, and updating the wrong things, and it just had a terrible marketing management, and it still does, and it has about 60 players now. It recently got back to a few more 100 players, but that was only because of the update, and now it's kind of like hanging in the air as well. So for me personally, it is a C tier. By the way, this is my tier list. This is what I think. I'm not trying to make a tier list on what you think. This is just my professional opinion on this. So, next one is Dungeon Heroes, and that is going to go straight into the A tier. There's a reason why I'm not putting this into the S tier. There's only one game that I'm going to put into the S tier. And that is just my personal opinion. But anyways, so Dungeon Heroes recently got released and it got up to 20,000 players. It dropped now to 5 to 10,000 players. Still has a very active community. Has great developers. Honestly, good developers. The people almost, I think, as of now, they've updated weekly for about a month now or even longer. They've updated all the time and they drop out pretty interesting content. I'm gonna be interested to see once they get actually challenged, when the developers are gonna be burnt out, what they're gonna do then. But as of now, it's been very stable. First in player base, second of all in content. They added a new mode which is called the Gauntlet, which I tried out, which is awesome. Really nice addition to the game. Now I do think in the future the game might actually have some issues with bringing out content that is more interesting. I hope that they will at one point work on PvP. This is something that I also wanted so much for Elemental Dungeons, but sadly that didn't ever materialize. But yeah, Dungeon Heroes is a good game, but it is a little bit too easy. That is why I put it into the A tier. There's no real challenging in it. There's no trading in it. There's no economy in it. If they personally at one point put something like an arena-based mode for PvP out of there, if they put in trading and if they put in like a real economy where things are actually going to be worth something, I think this game can go easily into the S tier. But as of now, I think it's a little bit too simple. Reaching max level is always very easy. You can do that probably in the first 2 hours of playing the update, maybe even less. So this is a good solid A tier. But they're above everyone as of now. So they're doing a really good thing. Now everything that Dungeon Hero is missing, actually dungeon leveling has. And for me personally, this is my favorite Dungeon Hero, my favorite dungeon, dungeon crawler on Roblox right now, because the game is extremely hard. It now just recently got a solo update. It has an economy that is kind of broken a little bit, but trading is a thing. People are making gold by trading. This is really, really important. This is like a big part of the game. If you want to become better, you need to learn how to trade. Having different rarities and items that you can get with chests that randomly spawn within playing the dungeon. Like, this game has everything that got me addicted to it. I cannot understand if some people would put it into the A tier because it is too difficult. This is an extremely hard game. But yeah. Basically, it does get updated. It just recently got a great solo update, and I'm super happy, about this game. This is the game that I play every single day. I log in every single day for my login rewards. I just love this game. This is my absolute personal S tier. Dungeon Quest is an OG game. I have played it a long time ago, and then I kind of like got bored of it. It got a little bit repetitive, but it is the OG of dungeon games on Roblox. I think it's one of the first dungeon games that Roblox ever had. Out of legendary status, I'm not gonna put it into the B tier. I'm gonna put it into the A tier out of legendary status. I personally don't play it anymore, but when I played it, it was okay. It also has an economy. I think, yep, you can trade in it. You have a lot of content in it. The style of the game just it reminds me a little bit of Arcane Conquest. I don't really like the style of it that much, but after all these years, this is the longest living dungeon game on Roblox, and it still has a player count from 2,000 to like 5,000 to 6,000. So this game is OG legendaryized. I don't know how to say it. It definitely gets into the Hall of Fame. That's why I'm gonna put it into A tier. Not because I enjoy the content so much, just because it's an OG. It's an OG. If it was about content play, I would probably put it into the B tier. I would put it actually above Anime Saga because it still is a pretty active dungeon game. But I'm gonna put it because of legendary status. I'm gonna put it into the A tier. My personal opinion doesn't have to be yours. Elemental Dungeons is sadly gonna go here. It used to be my favorite game ever. From all of the Roblox games that there were. I love this game to bits. But again, we got the Tainted Shadow here, which kind of overthrows the entire thing. I don't know when the last update was rolled out. I have no idea, but I can tell you one thing is for sure. This game used to be really, really fun. I loved it so much, but it's definitely not worth playing anymore. And this is the C tier with me. It's not worth playing anymore, and that is what you have to realize. Now, next game, Fabled Legacy. They have done some changes. I haven't played the new changes. I would put it into the B tier from the previous game when I played it. It looks way different now. So for me right now, I'm gonna put it into the B tier, into the solid B tier, because I only remember back in the day, it was a pretty good game. It kind of looks a little bit like Arcane Conquest, looks a little bit like Arcane Conquest. They kind of have the similar style, but they have overhauled the entire game. Now, maybe that's the reason why they say new. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played that yet. I'm gonna make a video right after this video playing this, because when I was researching Fabled Legacy, I saw that nothing is the same as it was before. Everything has completely changed. So I want to see if that is true or not. So I'm gonna put it into the solid B tier, because back in the day when I was playing it, it was in the solid B tier. And yeah. Next game is Pixel Blades, or something it's called, right? Pixel Blade. It just recently got released. It has a content issue. You only have one map, basically one level. It has different maps in it, of course. It has 3 bosses. You can play it on normal and heroic, and that's it. So there's not a lot of content. And as far as I believe, they've also pushed the update because it didn't work quite out as they wanted to. It needs more content. I'm gonna put it into the B tier for now. I'm gonna be making more videos. If there's more constant content coming in here, it might go into this place here, and it might even surpass some of the other games here. But for now, I'm gonna put it into the solid B tier. Definitely worth a play. Definitely worth a play, but the question is, yeah, if you want to get into it or not. And then I have Treasure Quest. I didn't enjoy it very much, sadly. I think all of the games above here I enjoyed more than Treasure Quest, so I'm gonna put it down into the D tier. You might actually think it's different. You might actually super enjoy this game and put it up here somewhere. But just for me personally, this is my yeah, top tier list. I think just for me, dungeon leveling, although, you know, if you would consider the game got taken down quite a few times when it comes to, you know, wanting to work on some problems on the game. It got taken down 3 times. The first time it was rolled back, so we had to start again. And the second 2 times there was no rollback, but there was like 4 weeks, 5 weeks in between. So yeah, you could put it into the A tier. None of these games are perfect. None of these games are perfect, but from the standpoint of me enjoying them, or in this case also legendary status, I think dungeon leveling is just for me the best. It's just the best dungeon game I enjoy. I go into it every single day. I try to always hunt for the better items. There's an economy going on. There's a community. You have guild wars. You have raids. You have you can invade other dungeons, but you have to be careful for losing their loot and your loot, like permadeath situations, so to speak. And there's so much stuff that they put world bosses into it now. Again, it's just so much fun in it. You can upgrade your gear, then it starts glowing, and you have like crazy insane maps. And I still haven't even been able to finish Swamplands, and there's a new map that I haven't even seen before yet. So they update a lot of stuff, put a lot of interesting things into it. For me, it is just the best dungeon game that there is right now, but that is my opinion. Tell me what's yours. Tell me what is your tier list. I would like to hear some comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.